A very warm welcome to all my viewers. This video will talk about Guide on Industrial Safety. This video is prepared by Team Aero Titans, including me, Saumitra Dodke, Rishi Karandikar, and Sham Tanna. This project is being guided by Mrs. Chandrakala ma'am from Chemistry Department, Hindustan University. As told earlier, we are Team Aero Titans from Hindustan University Aerospace Department, third year. Now let me continue for my presentation. In this particular slide, we can see three images. In the first image, we can see a safety jacket, a safety helmet, boots which are made up of rubber, safety harnesses, straps and belts. So all these equipments are very significant in industrial safety. In the second image, we can see a signboard on which it's written safety first, and a worker is wearing all these safety equipments with a fire extinguisher behind his back. So this represents industrial safety. In the third picture, we can see a person or a worker wearing a personal protective equipment kit, that is a PPE kit, which safeguards and ensures workers' safety at a workplace. All these safety parameters play a major role in industrial safety and industrial safety management. So when we hear this word industrial safety, the first thing comes in the mind is, what does it talks about? So industrial safety refers to the management of all operations and events within an industry in order to protect its employees and assets by minimizing hazards, risks, accidents, and near misses. Industrial safety is overseen by federal, state, and local laws and regulations. The Occupational Safety and Health Association, that is OSHA, is primary regulatory body in the United States dedicating to ensuring industrial safety. This particular slide will talk about objectives of industrial safety. So the objectives are to check all the possible chances of accident, to eliminate accidents causing work stoppages and production loss, to prevent accidents in the industry by reducing hazard, to reduce cost related to accident, better morale of industrial employees, and to educate all the members regarding safety principles. So safety first is our motto. As we know that prevention is better than cure, same applies with the industrial safety. Whenever we have a failure or a hazard in the industry, it will take huge cost, it will hamper the production of the industry, and it will affect an industrial worker's life to a large extent. So safety first is our motto. So in this slide 6, we are going to discuss about risk reduction techniques and a normal flow chart which will tell how risk can be reduced in industrial applications. So the first step to industrial safety is risk reduction. So here in the flow chart, you can see our first goal is determination of objects for risk assessment. So here we get to know about what are the objects or what are the parameters that are very crucial for risk assessment. Then our second goal is to identify the hazard. First is the object, then is its hazard. Then we go for risk estimation and evaluation. So here we simulate the models, or we think about the end results after any hazard or after any failure or accident will occur. So then we have a decision statement. So we have the question, has the risk been adequately reduced? So after the simulations, we get our results, or after our thought process, we get our results. In this, if we have reduced the risk significantly, then we say that the risk reduction process has been finished. And if it's not, or if there is any left out, so we again follow back all these steps. So here it forms a loop. So it's a continuous cycle. And in the image which is on the right hand side, we have a risk matrix table or a risk matrix graph against probability and severity. So here we have the color codes and color combinations of like low, medium, high risk level and probability and severity. So with this identification, a worker or a person who is observing can know this risk is high or low.
Safety programs. A safety programs intends to identify when, where, and why accident occurs. On the same lines, a safety programs aims at the reducing accidents and associated losses. A safety program is initiated with the assumption that it is possible to prevent most work connected accidents. A safety program is continuous process and tries to decrease the influence of the personal and environmental factors which cause the accidents. Normally a safety program consists of providing a safety equipments and special training to workmen and employees. Indian Standard Institute has done a commendable job in this context and lays down as follows. Safety precautions to be taken during the manufacturing operations. Standard for a proper lighting, ventilation and proper layout of an industrial unit. Standards and specification of the safe industrial operations and practices. Requirements for the effective maintenance of tools and equipments. Guidelines on the safe cutting and welding process. Guidelines on the use of the powered industrial trucks, belt conveyors, and fire protection equipment. Safety requirements for the personal protective equipment. Classification of a hazardous chemical and provisions of the accident provision tax. Marking for the handling and labeling of the dangerous items or goods. Now question is how to achieve a safety. 5 E's of workspace safety. Engineering. Simply put, engineering helps you to create a safe working environment. You can combine it with education and ergonomics to address the specific needs of your company's environmental, health and safety program. Enforcement. Enforcement is the key component of work and environment safety as it reinforces the laws that survive to protect you. Education. The education is the significant part of your strategy that will ensure you promote a safe environment and workspace. Enforcement. Enforcement is the key component of work and environmental safety as it reinforces the laws that survive to protect you. Evaluation. You can combine engineering, encouragement, enforcement, and education strategies to address the certain challenges facing your organization.
In this slide, we will look about common obstacles in industrial safety strategies. Achieving industrial safety is made the more challenging because of all the moving parts in EHS. Now we'll take a look at the top 2 complications that can potentially create an unsafe work environment. First one is complex safety laws. Safety laws and regulations are continuously evolving to create safer workplaces, but it's an ongoing challenge to keep abreast of these changes. Not only must you understand and adapt to these changes. The second one, ongoing employee training. A trainee employee is an informed employee, but keeping up with training requirements for an entire staff can be a full-time job in itself. EHS leaders must recognize that training is an important investment and should be prioritized as much for seasoned employees as it is for the newcomers. For safety initiatives, you can create a place where employees will actually want to work, and that's an overcome that everyone can benefit from. How to solve today's challenges of industrial safety? Achieving a high level of health and safety in an industrial environment is a complex goal, but it's absolutely essential to a successful workplace. Because of the myriad components of the industrial safety, detailed organization is critical. Many manufacturing and industrial facilities rely on AHS software to plan, execute, and monitor their strategies. Everything from updates to safety regulations and even procedures to training management can be performed within the software, so you have to cohesive functionality in your EHS department. In addition, you can track and manage workplace observations, incidents, injuries, and other hazards and monitor them over time. This is a huge helper when it comes to identifying and measuring the impact of ergonomic issues because these are usually manifested over time. Investing a deeper interest in industrial safety is the beginning of a safe, satisfactory workplace. When you take care to eliminate as many as obstacles as possible and instill purpose and value in your safety initiatives, you can create a place where employees will actually want to work, and that's an overcome that everyone can benefit from. Personal protective equipment ensures a zero harm organization. Here are some of the listed below: safety helmets, earplugs, coverall, safety goggles, hand protection, and safety shoes. Always wear your safety equipments for your safety. Now you can see global industrial safety sensors market by product. According to 2016 market share report, 42.32% of the green zone legends have been curtainized, whereas 19.34% of the red zone which are ensured in the safety edges. Now we will look onto a CAGR 2016 to 21 report which shows 3.27% of the safety light curtains whereas only 2.36% of the safety edges. To ensure industrial safety, every workplace person has to follow some safety rules, which are listed down below. Number one, you are responsible for your own safety and safety of others. Number two, wear personal protective equipment necessary for the job. Number three, always use equipment, tools, machinery, safety, and properly. Number four, lift properly using your legs and not your back. Number five, keep your work area clean. Number six, wear appropriate and safe work clothes and footwears. Number seven, report any unsafe conditions as soon as possible. Number eight, clean up the spills immediately. Number nine, report all the injuries. Number 10, no alcohol or drugs to be used or allowed on the company property.
This project is being guided by Mrs. Chandrakala ma'am from Chemistry Department, Hindustan University.